In this video, I will show you how to make a steering wheel in Fortnite Lego 29 Update. Epic is improving the Lego mode with pleasant tempos, although some bugs still remain. Recently, many new crafting items were added to the game, and today we will make different steering wheel options. For convenience, I will build them on my ship, which I showed in one of the previous videos. First, I will show a very simple but effective option. For this, we will need to install a large foundation and attach a small square from both edges in the middle like this. On them, we put a foundation 8 studs high, making an indentation of 1 stud from the center. Now to the top, we magnetize small squares like this and make posts from the same squares as I show. The distance between the posts should be 6 studs to fit the wheel. On top of each post is put 2 floors of size 2 by 2 studs. Now make the posts at the back. They will keep the wheels from falling out. Making such a connecting structure of 2 small squares, and to them we attach small granite foundations. The first granite square is attached with an offset of 3 studs to the left. Make a lever at the bottom. We will turn it to the right side to steer the flight. Now install the engines on top. The more motors are installed, the faster the turn will be, but I don't recommend installing too many of them. On the sides, we add large wheels. They should be installed symmetrically in the center of each edge. Break the connection. Now install the main activator, and a few auxiliary ones for convenience. Activate the engines, and while they're running, we have to install a 6-stud length of floor so that it restricts the big wheels. You can't just do this, so you can first place the floor on any part of the ship, so that the structure with the engines is lowered down, and then quickly place the floor in the desired place. Destroy the extra blocks and the rudder is ready. Now we can turn just by tilting it to the right side. This is a very stable steering system, similar in its mechanics to a steering wheel, but it's quite bulky and it's only suitable for large vehicles. The next design could be called a real steering wheel. To make it, you first need to put the floors of 6 by 2 studs so that they make a square. The inner square hole is 6 by 6 studs. Now you need to put 2 of each of any half-wall height 6 studs on the outside of the square as I show. At the top, at about the same level as I show, we will put the flooring so that we get the same square as the bottom. These squares should be placed exactly on top of each other. From the top, add 3 more pieces on each side. The result is almost the same opening as the bottom, only 1 floor block higher. Make the connection from a small foundation set up like this. Now install 3 more pieces. If you set the joint correctly, they will be exactly above the center of the square hole. Add 4 small motors and proceed to install the wheels centered on the top and bottom. Break the joint, and if your vehicle is on level ground, the active structure will fall and lock into place. In my case, it didn't fall completely, so I'll show you how to do it. Usually it helps to set and destroy blocks anywhere on the main construction. But since it didn't work for me, I'll set it in the right place with the help of motors pushing it down. Hit the activator and the rudder is in place. Now you can destroy the extra engines. This rudder model is almost done. The only thing left to do is to make a comfortable floor at the bottom to make it easy to turn. Let's install the activator in a convenient place. Now we can control the vehicle simply by turning the steering wheel in the desired direction, but first, let's add more space for convenience. The next steering system is not like the wheel and works on a different principle, but it is the most stable steering system we have in the game so far. For it, we need to make an 8 by 4 stud hole from the floor with a length of 8 and 6 studs. This system has 2 separate thrusters, so you need to make another hole like this next to it. Later, 2 wheels each with a diameter of 4 studs must fit into this hole. Now put a column on the floor with a height of 6 studs as I show, and on it make the same hole with an inner dimension of 8 by 4 studs. As with the previous steering wheel, The top hole should be placed strictly under the bottom hole. Repeat the same on the other side. This time I am only using a floor length of 8 blocks. In one of my past videos, you can see how these steering systems are used in a bomber plane. Now make the connections. They should be one stud over the edge like this. On both sides, you need to attach walls with a length and height of 6 studs so that each one is exactly above the center of the hole. Then we attach the motors to it. You can use a lot of them, because such a fixation with the help of wheels cushions the sharp movements of the steering system and does not allow to happen bug with flying out of the object behind the textures. Now install 2 wheels at the top and bottom of the walls with engines. They should be placed symmetrically so that the structures fall directly into the recesses made for them. Once the connections are broken, the steering mechanisms should fall into place. Then you can attach the activators and the steering system is ready. Now we can turn simply by engaging the system with the motors pointing in the direction we want. Despite how twitchy this structure is, it stays in place and doesn't fly out of the textures. The wheels do a good job of absorbing shakes and bumps. And if we had used wheels with a 6-stud diameter instead of 4, the system would have been even more reliable. However, it would be very large and would not fit in most transportation models. Personally, I think that this rudder option looks the most suitable, but the most convenient for me is the option with separate fixed thrusters, as it is convenient on the largest types of vehicles. Unfortunately, the game developers haven't added a normal steering wheel yet, but they heard the players' requests and promised to add it this month. By the way, wasn't it about this bug with texture breakage of moving structures that the developers said they fixed in one of the last updates?
Thank you for watching this video to the end. I would appreciate your likes and subscriptions. See you in the next videos.